Welcome to RevRender Garage.
Hey guys, ever been to a carnival or a parade and thought to yourself, hey, those little cars that are driving around are really cool, but you know what? I could make one a lot better. Well, neither have I. But today, we're gonna show you something really cool. We have got a treat for you, and it's going to really blow your mind. So let's go over to the garage shop and check out what we got. They said don't do it, but guess what? We did it anyways. All it needs is a little paint, a little love, and possibly a miracle. So let's take a look at this thing and see what we got ourselves into. Here it is, folks, in all of its glory. This is basically a Model T truck Shriner car, used in parades, used in carnivals. It is one of those things you used to see when you're a little kid, someone sitting in the back throwing out candy. Well, this is what we're gonna make over, and it needs a serious restoration. I don't really know the origins of this truck other than the gentleman that built it is quite old now, so it's been around a while. And what I understand is he bought the entire frame of the car, which came with the wheels and the steering. Anything metal on the car pretty much came with the kit. It's been sitting out. I met a guy, happens to have a name, Shane, and a brother named Sean. Can you believe that? Another Shane and Sean. Well, Shane lives right down the street from me. He hit me up here and sent me a picture of this, and he said, what can you do with this? And I said, what can't we do with that? So a deal was struck, and here we go. So the object is to get this completely made over, and once it is done, we are going to show it to the gentleman that built it.
Martha, come and look at this thing. It's stunning.
It has been sitting for many, many years and neglected, and today we're going to turn all that around because we are going to turn this into the coolest RevRender truck you have ever seen. Not going to give away the secret yet.
This is not fair.
But what we're going to do today is we're going to get this thing torn down completely, down to the frame, and at that point, we're going to clean the frame because it is dirty. Check it out right here. Once we get it down to the frame, we're going to pressure wash it, get it inside, let it dry, and then let the sanding begin. We're going to repaint this entire frame. It's going to be beautiful. I will tell you, it's going to be red.
Oh my God! Wow!
We are going to remake this thing from head to toe. So without any more lollygagging around, let's get to ripping this thing apart.
Note, we're not sponsored by Amazon or Harbor Freight, but some of our links are affiliate links. Using them costs you nothing extra, but it helps us fund more tools, builds, and videos for you. Thanks for the support.
Cue the time-lapse. We're back at the truck. I had to reposition it a little bit because I had to take my Bauer 3-inch cutoff wheel.
Always Harbor Freight, baby.
And grind through the bolt. Got to this side. Well, I have a kerosene heater right there that's roaring, and the sparks were just flying. So I just wanted to be safe, so now the sparks are pointing away. That's our little checkup here. All right, just a little check-in. We have got most of the wood off this thing. One caveat I hit is we're trying to get the steering wheel off. You can't get the last piece of wood off this thing until that has been removed. So we're gonna take the steering wheel off, get that removed, and at that point, we should be pretty good to pressure wash this thing. I'm probably gonna tilt it up and give it some pressure washing underneath as well, but I will tell you this, there are some bolts in this thing that are really hard to get to. So I expect a few challenges coming up, but until then, let's get to pressure washing this thing after we get that wood removed. Okay folks, let me take you out and show you the car here. We have got it all pressure washed. I'll just give you a little walk around, kind of let you see what it's all about. Cleaner it's been probably in a while. Definitely missed that up there. So next thing we need to do is get the frame off. And what we're going to need to do is take this seat off. We're going to have to take the bolts out on both the side rails. So there's 4 bolts right there. There's 2 bolts back here that need to come out. And then in front, I believe we've already removed the bolts that hold it to the frame up front. So once we get those 6 bolts out, we should be able to just lift this off and slide it up and back to get over the engine and more importantly over the steering column. So I'm going to get it put back in the garage right now and we're going to get going on this so we can start restoring it. Okay, we are back, and as you can see, this thing is stripped down about as far as you can possibly strip it. I got the wiring harness off. It actually has kind of a little mini wiring harness, although these alligator clips, yeah, I don't know where they go. Pro tip.
Pro tip. Before you get all crazy removing the wire harness, label your wires, people. Please, tell me you made it past the 3rd grade.
Since we know we need to mark these before we take it off, I have marked these nowhere because I don't know what they were doing. They weren't really doing anything. So I've labeled everything. We got the horn ground, horn power, driver's side headlight, we've got passenger side headlight. So wiring harness off, gonna set that off to the side. So let's get back at it and get this thing all cleaned up so we can start the restoration process. All right, folks, we are back the next day. I pressure washed the car and got it super clean now that it was down to the frame. It's been sitting in the garage all night drying, so we are ready to start sanding. I'm gonna give you a walk around the car so you can see what's going on. So as you can see here, we are ready to start sanding bare metal. Got it much, much cleaner with a lot more pressure washing. So we are gonna start sanding on this and getting the body all smooth and ready to primer and then ready to paint black. And once we get that all done, we'll be able to move on to prepping the body and getting that painted. So let's get at it. We have got our Bauer 20-volt lithium detail sander and we're ready to go with some fresh 120 on it.
Always Harbor Freight, baby.
So take a sip of your coffee and get ready. All right, folks, we've been sanding for about 2.5 hours now. It's gonna be a long process. We might even need to get in there and media blast it. The biggest problem right now is there is surface rust all over it, which we can't paint over. So you've got to get all of that off. Second problem that we have is we need to remove the tires. I'd rather not remove the engine at this point. We're just gonna keep sanding and I've gotta get those pedals off as well. I'm gonna continue sanding and hopefully get this thing down to bare metal to where we can actually paint it. It's gonna look great when it's done. So let's keep going. Okay, I got the front little fake crank off. I also got the front tires off and the tie rods. Got the back drive wheel off, and now we just got to take off that other back wheel and we will have a lot more room. Not to mention, it'll be a lot easier to put this up on its side. And those wheels are insanely expensive, so I'd rather not be leaning it and tilting the tire with the weight of the frame on it. All right, gonna get this tire off. So there's our check-in. All right, let's walk you around the car and just kind of show you. We have got, I don't know, we've probably got about 80% of the sanding done. It's gonna be really hard to get in by that engine, but it's starting to look pretty good. We've got mill scale on it in quite a few spots. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the surface rust, and we're doing a good job of knocking that out. So we are going to keep going on this, but we don't need to watch me sand anymore. It's been enough of that. So we'll get back to you when we finish the sanding, so we're ready to prime and paint it. I'm sure if the old man could see this and see how far it's been torn down and how good it's starting to look, he would probably do a cartwheel into the splits and who knows what else.
Holy sh**. RevRender Garage f***ing rocks.
Hey guys, back again. Did a lot more sanding on that the last couple days. I've been waiting on an order that I placed for a media blaster gun. Got that today, so we're gonna fill it up with our aluminum oxide. We're gonna go outside and we are going to see how well this works on the frame. I was way off when I quoted 80 to 85% done. I needed to flip it over and look at it, but I wasn't thinking that. My brain was thinking I wanna be done sanding. Anyhow, we are going to get everything ready and take this outside and start working on this, because if we can get this media blaster gun to work and get all of the surface rust and paint out of all of the weld crevices, we're ready to primer this today. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just get to it. All right, kids, we got it sandblasted. You can see it happening right here. I was wearing a full Carhartt hoodie sweatshirt, as well as goggles and a respirator. And I highly recommend you do the same thing. This stuff flies everywhere. And it's aluminum oxide, so who knows what the hell it's doing to your body. So just be safe when you do this stuff. But I gotta say, this gun worked actually amazing. I don't know if it's because the paint was so old on it that it just ripped it right off. I'm assuming that's part of it, but it actually did exactly what I needed to. The long tip got me into all the little crevices and all the welds. So this thing's ready for primer. So we're gonna get to wiping it all down with acetone, get it hung up, and get the garage heated up a little bit because it's a little chilly. It's only about 60 degrees. We want about 65, 70. So we're gonna get the garage heated up and get this thing painted. But first, I'm gonna take a shower because I have aluminum oxide all over my forehead, all over here, my neck. So yeah, better safe than sorry.
A few moments later.
All right, here we go. I've got some of the vital parts taped up so we don't get those all painty. I've plugged all the holes so that we don't get paint in there. It might make stuff harder to get through that opening. One of the reasons we do that as well is this right here is the chain tensioner, and it's actually threaded inside here. So if you get too much paint in there, it's really gonna make things difficult. Got this hub all taped off. We are just going to start priming this thing on the top, get it done nice and thick, and then we are going to flip it over and start getting the bottom. So let's get moving on painting this thing. right, folks, we have finished painting it, and we are going to go in and take a look at it right now, but we're also going to show you exactly what we're going to make it look like. So let's go. All right, here we go. Ta-da! It is right here. And I'm gonna walk you around it right now so you can see it up close. All right, here it is. All of that surface rust is gone. We've got fresh matte black paint. Used 4 cans on this baby. I really want it to last. I want it to look good for a long time. And this is a ground restoration. And you don't do a ground restoration without touching pretty much every single thing on the vehicle. So here we go. So you've seen it. It looks great. The next steps are gonna be getting all the parts and accessories that need to be powder coated and put on it taken care of. But more importantly, I'm gonna show you the next big project on it. And that'll be next video. So let me show you that real quick, and then we will get to the surprise of exactly what it's gonna look like when we're done. And here we go, the fiberglass body. We're gonna have to get this all sanded down completely. And then we are going to fix a few little issues. There's one right here, and there's one down here in the fiberglass. And once we get those fixed, we can start painting it. I should say primering it, and then we're gonna get that red on there. As I told you before, it's gonna be red. So now let's talk about what it's actually going to look like. So you've seen the body. We're gonna be working on that for the next video, part 2. And here is what we're going for. Here's the original truck. You've seen that. You've seen us dismantle it. You've seen us clean up the frame, get it all painted. Well, this is what we're going for right here. A RevRender fire truck. That's right, a cool fire truck. And when we rebuild this, we're going for an automotive finish on this. I want this to look like a factory showroom paint job on one of the most expensive cars you could buy. So that's what we're shooting for. We plan on taking this to parades, maybe a carnival if we're lucky, but most of all, it's going to be brand awareness for us whenever we take it anywhere. We'll have QR codes on it so people can just scan and go straight to the channel, and obviously subscribe. So if you like this video, definitely stay tuned. We got another one coming out in a couple weeks, which will again show redoing the body right over there. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out. If you haven't subscribed, and we know that about 95% of our viewers are not subscribed, just click up over subscribe. It is so easy, and guess what? It's totally free. The nice thing is you get rewarded when you hit the notification bell after being a subscriber, because you'll never miss one of our videos. With that, take a look at this video, or take a look at this video. And until next time, RevRender out.
As always, thanks for watching. Tune in every Saturday for a new video. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Those likes really help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, RevRender out.